Hello. In this video, we are going to see how to integrate custom flashed OS Wi-Fi blinds with Tasmota in Home Assistant. My name is Janaka and I'm a home automation enthusiast. Let's dive into the process without a further ado. First and foremost, enter into the flash mode by pressing and holding the stop and up button for about 5 seconds. The lights should be lit and should flash continuously at a regular pace. Once that is done, you can use a software called Tuya-Convert to start the flash process. So you have to use a Ubuntu installed Raspberry Pi or something like that. So if you want to learn more about the process, a link is in the description. So as you can see, I'm cloning the Tuya-Convert repository into my Linux machine, and then I'm going to install the prerequisites for that solution. It'll take a couple of minutes to install that. And once that is done, I can start the flash process. So the flash process is essentially creating a bogus access point to which the device would connect, and from there would download the custom firmware. Keep in mind, if you need to do that for newer devices with newer Tuya firmware, you can't use this method. So this is actually a hack. So in that case, you have to use something like the Tasmotizer with serial flashing, to which I have put the link on. So you have to actually crack the case open and do a serial flashing by using some pin headers and serial converters. So I have started the script here. Now it'll ask me to press enter if I agree to the terms. And once I have done that, it'll start the access point. And once the access point is started, make sure that your device is in the flash or the pairing mode. It should blink continuously, fast blinking. And as you can see, the access point has been started, and I'm pressing enter. And then it sends the Wi-Fi credentials of the bogus access point to the device. So the connection is established. So once that is done, it'll try to send the smart config into the device. And once that smart configuration is done, it'll try to back up the firmware, the original firmware inside the Tuya device. So that'll take some time depending on the distance between your Linux computer and the device. So always advisable to keep the device pretty close to yourself, because the connection would be faster due to the wireless coverage. So it'll take some time to the smart configuration packets to be received at the device end. So don't worry about that. Once those packets are received, you can see that the flashing two bulbs will actually stop, and a red button, just the red button, would be there. So that means the smart configuration is received. So if you don't see a prompt or progress in your Tuya-Convert screen, just have a look on the physical device, right? So once that is done, and the next step, as I mentioned, would be the backup process. So this is the automatic process. Once this is done, it'll tell you that, okay, the backup is done, which firmware that you want to use in this device. So here there are two options, Espurna and Tasmota. I'm going to select Tasmota, and that's pretty much it. So once you install Tasmota, there will be a Tasmota access point. You can connect to it and provide the Wi-Fi credentials of your home network, and then you can configure a name for your device. So all this information is in the link in the video. So right now it's already configured with my local network credentials. As you can see, I have put the IP address there. And the next thing is I'm going to connect to that particular device. So it's a pretty basic configuration there. I'm going to issue a few commands to configure this. So basically I'm going to set the time, and I'm going to give it a name, things like that, some basic Tasmota configuration. So in the video description, I have put a link to the Tasmota Wiki page, so where you can go and find those commands. So after that, it's pretty straightforward. Now, one thing about Tasmota is, once you have this device, you need to find a template that will work with this device. So in the Tasmota template gallery, by Blackadder, there's a template for this device. So I have actually put a link for that in the description as well. What you have to do is you have to provide that as you see in the screen. You have to provide that template, and you have to provide a name for your device, and click activate and save. The device will restart, and you will see that once the device has been restarted, the configuration would be saved and the device is ready to use. So when I say it's ready to use, not quite, because inside the device we have to configure the device to be recognized by the Home Assistant home automation system. Now, having the template is one, right? So if you try to turn on or like toggle, it won't really do a thing, because this device actually contains a Tuya MCU module. So the Tuya MCU module has its own command set. So what we need to leverage here is we have to tinker a bit with the Tuya MCU command to find the exact commands that we need to issue to, you know, raise and lower the blinds. Luckily, the Blackadder has put a tutorial on how to use that. I provided a link for that here as well. So what you see there is pretty much the steps from that article that I'm performing. So basically what I'm doing is I'm mapping unused DPIDs, and then I'm you know, trying to change the direction of the motor, which I did in my first tutorial as well. And after that, I need to make sure that you know, when I connect this with my Home Assistant system, I should get the status of the motor and the position, things like that. So next part is pretty much configuring it with Mqtt. So this is pretty straightforward. So my Mqtt server is actually my Home Assistant system. So I'm providing my, you know, the credentials for that, and then I'm providing the password for my Mqtt server, and then you know, you can provide a custom name. So basically I'm putting the same name of the device as my topic, and I'm using a custom full topic, so I'm going to provide that there as well. So it's not really necessary to use a custom topic like this. You can use the existing topic, but I prefer to have it on my own. So once that is done, so every configuration change will actually result in a restart. So it's pretty much configured. Next up, what I have to do is I have to configure something called the Tasmota rules, so that I can get the status, position, and if there's an error in this particular blind controller. So all those information is in the GitHub, the link that is there, the Blackadder's template, all those information is there. So once I create the Tasmota rule, I have to enable the rule, then that's pretty much it. So I'm moving into my Home Assistant system. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to define this as a cover. So my cover information are in the blinds.yaml file. So I'm going to define my cover, it as a cover, and I'm going to alter a few settings there. So all these settings are actually in the link that I provided in my video. And you know, if you use a custom topic, you need to make sure the state topic and the command topic actually confirms with the custom topic you have given. Then I have defined a custom switch there as well. Couple of configurations. Once that is done, you need to validate your configuration and then restart the server so the new configuration will be applied. So I haven't you know, I'm usually doing this manually. I'm usually defining my entities manually on Home Assistant. So that's pretty much it for the custom flashing and integration with Home Assistant for this device. I hope you like this video and hope to see you soon. Thank you.